Welcome to another inner moon yoga practice. Today is a Hatha Flow. So we'll be moving through poses with a nice sequence in and out, holding for about 3 to 5 breaths before we move on to the next pose. But we're gonna go get started. All you really need is a yoga mat today, maybe a block or two is always handy. If you don't have a block at home, a book, something that you can sit up or use as a prop as we go through is always handy. So if you want to grab those, and when you're ready, you can come back and we'll get started. So we're gonna start just with a nice little opening meditation, just taking a couple minutes just to pause. We're gonna start in a gentle, wide-legged seated position. If sitting up like this is hard for you, that's where your block's gonna come in handy. You're gonna place it underneath your seat and just hang off the front. And that will tilt the pelvis enough to give you that space in the hip region to be able to sit up, okay? If you don't need that, you can just sit directly on your mat. So just finding a nice wide-legged, it doesn't have to be super wide. And we're just gonna start with a little hand stretch here. So we're gonna take our palms down to our mat with our wrists away from us and just do a nice little gentle stretch for the wrists. The farther the hands are away from you, the deeper the intensity will be on the wrists. So just finding that spot where you're feeling something, but you're not overdoing it. Okay. And just taking a moment just to pause here, just to settle in, let go of any tension, let go of gripping any muscle here, and just relax for a moment as we just do a nice little stretch here for the wrists. In yoga, our wrists and our shoulders are the #1 injury, especially when we do a flow class or a power class, when we're doing a lot of chaturangas. That's the push-up down to a cobra or an up dog. So we're putting a lot of strain on our wrists. So it's really important to always balance whatever you're doing physically with some gentle stretching. And that is really longevity of our physical body in life. So you need that yin and the yang. So if you're a runner, you need to counter that with stretching every day, or a walker or a biker, and working those regions of the body in a gentle stretch. So we'll just take a couple more rounds of breath here. If you feel like you need to walk the hands out a little bit more for the last rounds, if you've found some opening, you can do that. Just being mindful not to overdo it. We don't want to pull anything there, and those wrists are full of the little tendons and ligaments, so just being gentle and compassionate to them. Then you can just slowly release those wrists. Maybe you need to make a little movement. Maybe they feel a little stiff, and that's okay, completely normal. And then we're just gonna find this sort of ragdoll fold. So just allowing yourself to come forward to whatever degree that is for you. Don't worry if it's only a couple inches, that's fine. And then once you've come forward, I just invite you to close your eyes. Allow the head to bow, the chin comes towards your chest, getting a nice stretch for the back of the neck. And then just scanning the body and encouraging it to let go even further. So maybe you're holding on to some muscle in the legs. Maybe the shoulders are creeped up to the ears. Just allowing everything to soften and let go just for a minute or two here as we just set the foundation for all dimensions of who we are to work through our practice today. So letting go of whatever doesn't serve you at this point, and just setting ourselves up mentally, physically, energetically for our practice today. So maybe there's some tension in the shoulders or the neck, and you want to roll a little bit the head from side to side, or just find a position for the head to stretch out any tension. Go ahead and do that. Never be shy to make a movement that feels right. Your body's always talking to you, so just be still and quiet so you can hear that. So you can hear the sensations of how it'd like to be moved and stretched.
And just begin to encourage the belly to soften, encourage the breath to smooth out. And just bringing your awareness, your mind to your mat, to your physical being, your energy body, your heart body, and just practicing mindfulness, practicing being in the moment. Just try to let go of your to-do list and just be here for 3 more rounds of breath. Softening and letting go. And then as we come out of this, we just want to come out nice and slowly. So just slowly bring yourself back up. Bring that head back up. And doing maybe a little counter, maybe bring the hands behind and opening up that heart and that chest for a moment with a small little back bend. You can bring the legs together, give them a little wiggle. Then we're going to come into a tabletop position. And we're gonna reverse those wrists again. So wrists away from us for our tabletop position for some cat-cows. So we'll get the bonus of this wrist stretch and the bonus of the spinal stretch of our cat-cow. So as we inhale, we open up that heart, the mid-back falls down. I'll show you the side here if this is the first time for cow pose. So I'm dipping my mid-back, my seat comes up, my heart opens up. As I exhale, I come into sort of a scary cat pose. So the mid-back comes up. I press away from the floor. My chin tucks in. And then I just ride my breath. So as I inhale, I open up. As I exhale, I arch up. I even like to take a pause between my inhale and my exhale to really finish off that stretch. So there's no requirement to go fast or slow here. It's just what feels right with the rhythm of your breath. We'll do 2 more of each here. And after your 2 of each, we'll meet back in that neutral tabletop position. Nice job. Just gonna rotate myself back here. Then we'll just slowly change that angle of those hands. If you need to shake them out, that's okay. Get this fresh blood back in there. Then we're gonna curl those toes and press back into our first down dog here. So just take a moment to pedal it out, walking the feet one at a time, or maybe swaying the hips feels nice. Down dog is too much for you right now, you can drop those knees and just sit back into a child's pose. Otherwise, we're just waking up the back body here, bring a little bit more energy into our movement. Then on a nice inhale, we're gonna come into a plank pose. And we're just gonna ride our breath here. So exhale, down dog. Inhale into your plank. Just slow and steady. Again, if plank with the knees up is too much, you can drop those knees and find your plank, and then exhale back into your down dog. Always just honoring where you're at. Of course, always encouraging yourself to come outside that comfort zone, but never overdoing it, never pushing it too much. Nice job. Do 1 more down dog, and then we'll meet back in your version of plank pose. We'll take 3 rounds of breath in plank, whether the knees are up or the knees are down. And then we'll make our way to our belly. So if you're comfortable from knees up plank position, and you have a strong chaturanga practice, you can slowly lower your whole self down. Otherwise, you drop those knees and you bring yourself down. Your forehead kisses your mat. And on an inhale, we'll come into a nice baby cobra. Those elbows are nice and tight to the body. Exhale that forehead back down. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale to rise up. Exhale to bring it down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, forehead to mat, sorry. Then on our next inhale, we'll find a little cobra twist. So I'm opening up to the right side here and then coming back down. Do the left side, opening up, cobra twist, and coming back down. We'll do 1 more on each side like that. Opening up for that cobra twist and bringing it back down. 1 more on the other side. Inhale and exhale to come back down. Nice job. We're gonna curl those toes and press back into a down dog again. Just pedaling it out. Again, child's pose is always there for you if you prefer. Just taking a moment to find your down dog. When you're ready, just find some stillness for 2 rounds of breath in your down dog. So being mindful, the fingers are spread nice and wide. You're clawing your mat with your hand. Your feet are hip width apart. You're hiding your heels a bit as you press back with your seat and pressing that chest down towards the mat. Then we're just gonna slowly walk those feet to our hand for a nice forward fold here. Just a nice ragdoll. You can certainly have a bend in the knees. You can sway a little bit from side to side. And just allowing the whole upper body to let go and release here. And then when you're ready, if you don't have a really good bend in the knees, put a nice bend in those knees, and we're gonna roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Your head, your shoulders and neck are last to arrive as you slowly come up. Nice job. We'll take a nice inhale. I'm gonna raise those arms overhead. We're gonna clasp the fingers and palms to sky. Exhale to arch over to the left side. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. Slowly release those hands. Nice job. Take a nice inhale, raise those arms overhead, palms touch this time. Exhale to bow forward into that forward fold. Inhale into what we call a half lift. We're gonna hold this half lift for a couple of rounds of breath. My palms are pressing into my shins. I'm elongating through my entire spine. So from my hips all the way to the back of my neck, elongating. My shoulders are away from the ears. We'll take 1 more round of breath, just like this. And then we'll exhale to fold forward again. Inhale, we're gonna spread those arms nice and wide as we swan dive ourselves all the way up. We'll do 2 more just like that. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale those arms out to the side, swan dive all the way up, palms touch. Last one, just like that. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale, elongate through the spine. Exhale, let it go. Inhale those arms all the way up, palms touch. This time, hands to heart center. Close the eyes and just take a moment to be here. A great time to set an intention. When we have an intention, we can pay attention a lot more throughout our practice. So I invite you just to encourage yourself to let go of anything that's not serving you, letting go of any expectations or how you visualize the next month to be in your world. Just let that go and tell yourself that you'll just accept each day for what it is and enjoy the moments within that day. And just allow that to seal into yourself. And when you're ready, you can release the hands and open your eyes. Perfect. Take a nice inhale, raise those arms overhead. Exhale, we're gonna sit down into a nice chair pose. So you wanna be sitting as if you're sitting into a chair, keeping the weight back in those heels. Nice.
If the shoulders are an issue for you, you can always maybe parallel the arms a little bit lower, or even bring the hands to the hip if that feels better, okay? From here, we're just gonna make it a little dynamic with the arms. As we inhale, we'll stretch those arms. Exhale, we'll wave them back behind us. Inhale, back up. Exhale to wave. 3 more like that. Inhale up. Exhale, back down. Inhale up. Exhale, back down. Last time, inhale up. Exhale, back down. Inhale to hold up. Nice job. 2 rounds of breath here. Just let the last little final burn happen. And then on an exhale, we'll find a nice forward fold. Release. Nice job. Just open up those feet hip width apart here. And we're gonna step back with that right leg for a low lunge position. So we'll drop that right knee down. We're gonna open up that left arm to the sky. If to the sky is too much for you, you can try just bringing the gaze down to the floor first and see if that helps. Otherwise, you could bring that hand to the hip or to the small of the back. Still trying to open up that left side of the chest to the sky, okay? We're here for 3 rounds of breath in whatever version suits you best today. If it feels better too, you can always raise that that right knee up. So low lunge with your knee up. Just honoring your version for 1 more round of breath. And then bringing that left hand down. If that right knee is up, drop it down, press back for a runner stretch. So extending that left leg long, bringing that upper body over top of that left leg. You can flex or point that left foot, whichever feels better. We're here for 2 more rounds of breath. Just getting a nice stretch for that left leg. Then bending that left knee, stepping forward for a nice forward fold again. Finding that balance. Nice job. Then on an inhale, we're gonna come up. Raise those arms up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale those arms back up. Exhale, chair pose, sitting nice and back. Bring those weight into the heels, and we'll find those arm movement again. Inhale to elongate the arms. Exhale to wave them back. Inhale up. Exhale back. Just riding your breath here for 3 more waves. One more wave here. And then we'll hold those arms in whatever position works best for you as you sit a little bit lower. The last 2 rounds of breath. Get that fire in those glutes, in the quads. Exhale, fold. Nice job. Ooh. This time we're gonna step that left leg back, left knee down. Right arm comes up to the sky. Again, finding your version, whether the gaze comes down to the mat, whether that arm comes to the small of the back or to your hip, whichever works best for you. We're here for 3 rounds of breath as we try to encourage that right chest to open up to the sky. Nice. Letting go. If you'd like to bring that left knee up, you can. 1 more round of breath, just like this. Drop that right hand down, left knee down as you sit back into that runner stretch. Forehead comes down over top of that right leg. Again, that right foot could be flexed or pointing, whichever feels better for you. 2 more rounds of breath, just like this. And then we'll bend that right leg as we step forward for that forward fold. Nice job. Inhale those arms out to the side, just swan dive yourself all the way up. Palms touch, hands to heart center. Nice job. We'll just take a moment here and we'll get prepared to add some flow. So when you're ready, you can release those hands, open them up wide to the sky, palms touch. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale that half lift, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step that right foot back. Left goes to meet it, plank pose. Inhale to the top of your plank. Exhale to lower yourself down. Inhale into a nice cobra. Exhale, down dog. Nice job. Inhale that right foot up to the sky. Step it forward. Drop the back foot to a 45-degree angle and rainbow those arms up into a warrior two position. So warrior two, you have that nice lunge in the front leg. Your back foot's at a 45-degree angle. Your arms are nice and long, shooting out of those shoulders. Awesome. Sitting a little bit lower here in your warrior two. And then we're gonna find eagle arms. So I'm gonna bring that right elbow under the left and cross my elbows and try to bring those hands together in some way. Backs of the hands, palms. It might be here if you really have tight elbow or shoulders, and that's okay. It's the elbows coming up and the forearms away from you is where you're gonna get that really great stretch for the upper back, the shoulder blades. But just don't forget about that warrior two in the lower body, so don't lose that front lunge. Keep that going. And those elbows up and forearms away from you. 2 more rounds of breath, just like this. Nice job. Up, up, and away. And then we'll slowly release those arms back into that warrior two position. We'll do a little dynamic warrior two. So as we inhale, we'll straighten that front leg, arms to the sky. Exhale to settle back in. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower. Inhale up. Exhale down. Hold here. Nice job. 2 rounds of breath. As if someone's pulling on either end of those arms so you get this really great stretch happening across the shoulders. And then we're going to straighten that front leg. Drop that back hand down the back leg. Front arm comes up and over for a reversed warrior. So you're stretching the side body here. It's more of a reach up with that right hand than it is an arch over. Finding a nice position for your gaze, whether it's out to the side, whether it's to that top hand, maybe it's to the back foot. Never sweating exactly how you look. Just honoring what works for you. Nice. We're gonna bend that front leg, come into side angle. So that right forearm comes onto the front right thigh. To begin, we can bring that left hand to the left hip, opening up that chest to the sky. Left hand can go to the sky straight up, still trying to open up through that chest. Then we can begin that nice little arch. So I'm bringing that left arm over top as I'm reaching. So I'm inhale and I'm opening the chest. Exhale to find a little bit more of that arch. Try not to collapse too much in that front arm onto your leg. As if you could hold this pose without even having that right arm on the front leg. We'll take 2 more rounds of breath here. Don't forget, as you inhale, we're opening. Exhale to arch. 1 more round of breath, just like this. Then we'll rainbow those arms back into our warrior two, still holding that nice front lunge, elongating those arms here. 1 more round of breath, just like this. Then we're going to turn those feet out to the side, heel toe our feet in 2 times, and then toes come out for goddess pose, so a deep wide squat here. We're going to bring our hands to our thighs and just do a little shoulder stretch, so just kissing in 1 shoulder at a time, getting a nice stretch. Just letting everything go here. Do 1 more on each side. A nice twist as well. Then coming back to center, coming back for the goddess position of the hand. So we have this goal post arm happening here. We'll do 2 more rounds of breath. Try not to collapse forward here. So nice
open chest. One more round of breath, come a little bit lower. And then starfish it, reach it all the way up, straighten those legs, nice job. Point the toes directly out to the side of the mat. Exhale to fold forward, wide fold. You can open or shorten the stance, whichever feels better for you. We're here for 3 rounds of breath. So just letting go in your version of wide-legged stance. Softening the breath, smooth it out. And then just walking those hands to the top of your mat as you rotate your toes. Step that right foot back, plank pose. Inhale at the top of your plank, your choice here now. So if you're comfortable with coming down halfway into an up dog, go for it. Otherwise, you're coming all the way down into that cobra again. So coming down to your up dog or your cobra. Exhale, down dog. Nice job. 3 rounds of breath in our down dog. So whether you're in your down dog or child's pose serves you better, we're just settling in and letting go. Just finding that foundation again. Then when you're ready, we're gonna meet back in down dog. Inhale that left foot up to the sky. Step it forward. Drop the back to a 45-degree angle. Rainbow those arms up into warrior 2 here on this side. Nice job. So just take a moment to find what works for you. Don't sweat the details. Just being mindful that it feels right for you, that you feel safe and protected and strong. And then just push it just outside your comfort zone. So deepen that lunge just ever so much, where you start to feel the fire starting there. And then we'll find that eagle arm. So left elbow under right this time, trying to bring either the hands together, palms, back of the hands, or maybe the hands are apart. But the real juice, of course, is those elbows up and the forearms away from you. Nice job. Settling in, try not to lose that warrior 2 in the lower part of the body. And just breathe. Up and away. I'm trying to let go of some of that unneeded tension in the shoulders. The more you can connect with that breath, the more you'll let go and release some sheets of that tension. One more round of breath, up and away. And then slowly releasing those arms, stretching nice and wide. And then inhale, straighten that front leg, arms to sky. Exhale to settle back in. Inhale to rise. Exhale to settle. One more just like that. Inhale to rise. Exhale, warrior 2. 2 rounds of breath here. Nice and low. Start to feel that juice in the lower legs. Awesome. From here, we'll straighten that front leg. Bring that back hand down the back leg as that left arm comes up to the sky and begins that reach arch over top. So paying more attention to reaching up than we are arching. Get a nice stretch for the side body here. Bringing the gaze to where it works for your neck. So maybe it's out to the side, maybe it's to the sky, maybe it's to that back foot. But try not to collapse forward. You're trying to open up that left armpit, left side of the chest to the sky. One more round of breath. And then as we exhale, we're gonna find that side angle. So left forearm to left thigh, right arm can come to the right hip to begin with, and just pull that right shoulder back and get that opening happening there. Find that nice lunge in the front leg. And then that right arm can go to the sky. Just feel how that feels for you. Then you can begin that reach arch. So you're reaching still to the sky as you just begin to arch over your head. Still opening that chest and armpit to the sky. 2 rounds of breath, just like this, riding your breath. So as you inhale, opening that armpit to the sky, exhale to deepen the arch a little bit more. It's just a micro movement. Still honoring that lunge in the front leg. And then when you're ready, you're gonna rainbow those arms back up. Warrior two, don't lose that front lunge. Get that last little burn here. The last 2 rounds of breath. Maybe come a little bit deeper with that front lunge. Nice job. Then we're gonna turn ourselves to the side of our mat, heel toe in 2 times, toes out, goddess pose. Again, the hands to the inner thighs so that we can do that nice little arch in with our shoulders. Just letting go, noticing where you're feeling the stretch. Bring some attention to that region. Do 1 more on each side. And then we'll come back to that traditional goddess, cactus arms, goalpost arms, just settling in, 3 rounds of breath. Try not to collapse forward again. Open up that chest, showering that heart out. 1 more round of breath, come a little bit lower. And when you're ready, starfish it up. Ooh, release. Point those toes out to the side. Find that awesome forward fold. Open up or close the legs to where it feels right for you. So you can relax in and let go. 3 rounds of breath. Smooth out the breath. Find your connection again. One more round of breath. Then bring those hands to the top of your mat, rotate those toes, drag that left foot back, plank pose. Again, your choice for up dog or that cobra. So as you exhale, you lower down. Inhale into that cobra or the up dog. Exhale, down dog. Nice job. Just pedal it out here for 2 rounds of breath. Releasing through that neck. Nice job. Then drop those knees, sit back, child's pose. 3 rounds of breath in your child's pose. Here, just fully letting go, softening. Then we'll just do a little bit of abs before we find a final stretch here. So just coming back up onto your seat here. We'll just do 3 little ab moves and then we'll find a nice stretch. So we'll begin lying on our backs and we're just gonna bring our legs to the sky and we're just gonna do little pulses up towards our feet. So I'm gonna come up, do 3 little pulses, and then bring the hands back down. Up for 3 little pulses, and back down. So just being mindful that your belly button is going inward, not pressing it out. That way you're building your abs inward, not outward. Also just being mindful of the lower back. If you're getting any pain there, put a nice bend in those knees. And then come up for the reach, okay? Nice job. Here for another 10 seconds. If you need to take a break at any time too, you can take a little break and then come back to it. Just encourage you not to fully let go of the intention of just taking a moment. The last 5 seconds here. Nice. Let's do 1 more pulse reach and then let go. You can hug those knees in for a moment and just allow the abs to rebound. Then from here, we're going to come onto our elbows and we're going to just do little scissors with our legs. I'll show you here, try to stay in the, in the view here. So just little crossovers with our legs. Nice job. So again, we're just doing 30 seconds of each ab move here. We're already halfway, just another 15 seconds. This one, you definitely want to be mindful of that lower spine. If you need to put a bend in the knees, you can. No problem. Awesome. The last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Extend the legs or have them in between, whichever feels better. All right, last one here. We're gonna do Pilates roll-ups. So full ab move here. So we're going to open up our feet, the width of our mat, lying down on our back. We're gonna bring our arms overhead as we roll ourselves all the way up to reach over the toes, and then slowly bring ourselves back down to reach overhead. So just following your rhythm, going with your pace. Slower is better, so more controlled, especially on the descent as you're coming down. Nice. Slowly bring yourself back down. Halfway there. The last 15 seconds on this one. And then we just have stretching. There we go. Again, I encourage you to stay with your breath. Keep that mind-body union happening. Let's see if we can get one more in here. Wherever you're at, try to get one more roll up in. And then bring yourself all the way back down. Nice job. If you need to have the knees in, or if it feels better just to keep them extended, maybe a little windshield wipers, whatever feels good there. And then we just got a couple stretches here. So we're gonna come into a half wide-legged stretch. So I'm gonna open up that left leg. I'm gonna tuck my right foot to the inner thigh of my left leg. And a couple options here. If you have a block, you can use the block to put your elbow on top of that left knee and bring the side of your head to the palm of your left hand. If you feel like that's not much of an arch for you, you can bring the elbow directly onto that left thigh. Or if you're comfortable, you can always bring that left arm to the inner left leg if this doesn't seem too much for you, okay? So 3 options. Option 1, step 1 would be with a block or a cushion or whatever you have, elbow 2. Otherwise, elbow directly onto that left thigh, or left hand to the inner left leg. Then from here, we're gonna take that right hand and we're just gonna bring it to the right hip first. And I'm gonna have the intention of rolling that right shoulder back. I'm opening up that right side of my chest to the sky. So here, we're here for 3 rounds of breath, just getting that initial stretch happening, encouraging the side body, softening as much as we can everywhere else. So no need to flex that left foot, no need to hold tension in the belly. So trying to soften but open here. Then we're gonna bring that right hand to the sky, still trying to open up that right chest to the sky. Now, if this is really too much for your shoulder, you can stay with that right hand to the right hip. Again, the intention of opening and softening all at the same time. You can relax that head down towards that left leg as you find some opening, some space. And then we're gonna begin that little arch, just as we did in our side angle. So I'm gonna begin to arch that arm overhead, but I'm trying not to collapse forward and bring my chest down towards the floor. I'm trying to still open up to the sky. And that's why it's more of a reach to the sky with that right hand than it is an arch over. But I do play with my breath here, and it's micro movements physically. As I inhale, I reach that right hand to the sky. And as I exhale, I just deepen that arch just ever so slightly, just so I really feel that stretch down the side body. So we're here for 3 more rounds of breath. Not needing to push any deeper. If you feel like you're in that sweet spot, just stay there with the breath. One more round of breath. And then just slowly bringing yourself back up there. This time we're going to bring that left sole of the foot back in to meet that right for a butterfly pose. So your version, don't sweat how close or how far your feet are away from you, just whatever feels right. Take a nice inhale and just open up that heart. And as you exhale, lead down with that heart first, just to that natural resisting spot where you feel like, yep, I'm feeling something, I feel a little bit of resistance. And then that's when you can curve off through the head, allow the chin to bow towards the chest. Relax the arms, relax the hands. Don't sweat where the hands are. Some people like to hold on to the feet. Some people just like the hands out in front, palms up. Just whatever works for you. We're here for about 5 rounds of breath. And just encourage the body to let go, so you can roll the neck a little bit from side to side. You can find a spot that needs a little extra stretching. Encouraging your belly to soften. Encouraging your mind just to let go and enjoy this moment. Take 2 more rounds of breath here. And we'll just slowly roll back up, extending that right leg out, left sole of the foot to the inside of the right thigh. We'll come into that nice little arch. So we're different on either side, so you can play around. You can take that block, place that elbow down on the leg, and then your head into your palm and see how that feels. Bringing that left hand to the left hip, opening up. Maybe that doesn't feel quite deep enough for you. You want to bring that elbow down directly onto the leg. Maybe you have the space to bring the hand to the inside of the leg. So there's no need to go right down that, changing that hand position is not going to change your life. So really settle into where you can relax and let go. That's a much better place than trying to grip and grind and come all the way down into this deep position of the hand on the inside of the leg. You're better up higher if you can let go more. If I'm down here and I'm trying to grip and grind to hold it, it's not doing me as much good as if I'm here and I can really open and let go. And then you can bring that left hand to the sky, still opening, still letting go and softening, relaxing the legs, relaxing the feet, softening your face, just riding your breath and just allowing the side body, the space, allowing it to find new alignment, encouraging an increase in mobility and flexibility. And then we can begin that arch, remembering it's more of a reach than it is of a collapsing of an arch, okay? So you want to reach to the sky on your inhale and a micro movement of deepening that arch on your exhale. Still opening that chest to the sky. Last 3 rounds of breath here. And then just slowly bringing that left arm back and your whole self back up. We'll find our final resting pose, our Savasana, our ultimate rebound. So traditionally it's done lying on your back. If lying on your back isn't so great for the lower spine, you can always take your blocks and place it underneath the backs of your knees, and that can help you a lot. If that still doesn't work, you can open up the feet as wide as your mat, knock your knees together, And if that's still not great for you, you can always lie on your side or your belly. You just want to be in a position that is completely comfortable for you, that you can let go, that you can soften. I like my palms to the sky, a pose of surrender, acceptance. You can close the eyes and just really allow the body and the mind to rebound, to accept the work that was just done. Allow the physical body and energy body to find that new alignment, that better alignment, the space that we've created, the mobility and the flexibility that's been achieved. And just giving our body space to accept that, ourselves to realign. And allowing our mind to accept the work we've just done. And just enjoy this pause. Just allowing everything to let go and soften. Enjoy the last minute here. Just allowing yourself to be. Ready, just slowly bring yourself back to the awareness of your room. Bring some physical movement. You could wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. You could rotate your wrists and your ankles. You could bring your arms overhead and just give your body a nice stretch. You could hug the knees in if that feels nice, and you can roll a little bit from side to side. And then either rolling up to a seated position or come onto your side for a moment in the fetal position. Take it round into a breath there. And then just slowly coming up to find your version of an easy sitting pose. If it serves you, you can bring your palms together and your hands at heart center and close the eyes one last time and just notice all dimensions of who you are and how you feel. How do you feel physically? How do you feel energetically? How does your heart feel? Your mind, your awareness, your presence. And I hope the practice nourished your mind, your body, and your spirit. Thank you for offering up your practice today. Namaste.